everybody, Sam'sTrains here. Welcome back to the railway and welcome to yet another live stream. Hope you're all doing okay, and tonight the first thing I'm going to say, and I should have done this before, is I'm just going to ask, is the quality okay? Is it smooth and is the audio synced? And I'm going to take a look at the chat straight away so that we can get that sorted, because if you didn't see it last week, there was quite an issue with the internet, and in fact I've done, you've got to give me credit for this, I've done my very best to sort it out. If you look right here, we've got a brand new router sitting just there, and that thing is hopefully going to be a lot better than the rubbish that TalkTalk send out. No offence to TalkTalk, obviously. Yeah, it seems like we've got a good data rate, so hopefully everything's alright. So I'm just going to wait for some messages to come through to tell me that it's okay, because I don't want to just go on and start talking if it's not okay. So let's just have a look. Oh yay, so Striker135 says your audio is in time. Mark Horner, CIN ears. Okay, everyone's saying buttery smooth. Well, it's taken 3 weeks, but we got there, so that's very, very good to hear. Okay, the first thing I have to do then, well, I don't have to do it, but the first thing I want to do is send a very massive thank you to all of last week's super chats. So Michael Alfred, David Smith, Mark2E0PIA, RWS Baden, War Hero, and Jake Darling. Thank you all so much for your super chats last week. You all donated to the channel to keep it going. So you guys are the best. Thank you so much. Now, obviously, tonight is Children in Need, and if you don't know, if you're not in the UK, Children in Need is basically a massive fundraiser that goes on TV, and that raises money for children in need, as you might expect. So please don't forget to donate to Children in Need if you're in the UK, and maybe if you're not in the UK, you still might be able to donate. I am going to still have my donations open on the super chat. You can click on the little $sign, but of course don't forget to donate to Children in Need. And if it comes to the fact where you've got to donate to one or the other, please make sure you donate to Children in Need, because I think their cause is better than mine tonight. So if you want to have a request shown during the live stream, that's awesome, you can. All you have to do is donate £5 or more in the little chat, the super chat, or it's over there actually, it's a little $sign, and you can help to support the channel and also get something of yours seen on the railway. Now, last week I got some requests which I didn't get time to do. So as you can see, well, last week in fact I did get time for the Berkshire. You can see the Berkshire there on the inside line, but it wasn't working properly because it was on DCC. So I've taken out the decoder in fact, so it's now running on DC, so that should be a lot better. So I think that is what Rich asked for, RWS Baden. So thank you, Rich, I'm going to get that running for you. Michael Alfred wanted to see the 9F with some ocean wagons, and he also wanted to see it changing tracks, so we're going to do that. And finally then the Deltic for Mark. Mark wanted to see the Deltic. So I guess we might as well crack on and get these running. So let's see what happens. Now, the Berkshire never really likes my railway too much. It sometimes derails. I put it on the inside line because I think the inside line has the smoothest track work. So you'll be all very pleased to see that she's working today. So everybody, let's applaud the Berkshire. We've got to give her some support. Okay, we've got the 9F, of course, and I've chosen Evening Star. But I could have chosen any of them, which is a very lovely engine. And then my Deltic, which is a Lima Deltic, but it runs just fine all the same. So, whoa, she's quick. Okay, so we'll have a very quick session with these. We've got quite a bit to get through tonight, or so I hope. So let's take a little look at some of these. We'll just wait at the bridge. Hopefully we'll see the Deltic come. Oh, look at this. The Deltic and the 9F together. And I think I can hear a derailment, but I don't know. Yeah, that Deltic didn't look good, did it? I don't know if you can't hear it, but I can hear it. Oh yeah, there's a coach off. Oh man, that's going to be rough. Because if it comes off, it's going to hit the 9F. Okay, this is going to be fun, folks. I'm going to stop her, I think. Whoa. Stop yourself there, Mr. Deltic. Right, well, that hasn't gone too smoothly. Let's fix that. I tell you what, though, these coaches literally never derail. I don't think I've ever had these intercity coaches derail before. So, everybody, that's just live streaming for you, I guess. If it's going to happen during the live stream. Right. Let's get this started again. And I'm saying right because I've just heard the... oh, yeah. You're not going to believe this. I don't know if I can get this on camera, but I've just seen something blood curdling. Oh, I'm not going to get it. The Berkshire's just derailed as well. Oh, I told you that would happen, didn't I? Right, let me just stop the Berkshire and bring her round. Sorry about this, folks. I'll be right back with you in a sec. Oh, this is crazy. And you know what? Honest to God, I did practice this today. I got the Berkshire running and I made sure she would be fine. But no, I guess she's not. Okay, bear with me. Let's stop her around at the front. Here we go, everybody. She's coming. Slowly but surely. Right, I don't dare do that anymore. But Rich, I did run the Berkshire, so there you have it. Oh, and I noticed that the tender's come uncoupled as well. Okay, well, I'm going to run the other two for you briefly, because it's not been much of a run, has it? It's been more of a disaster, if you ask me. So let's have a quick look at them go. And you'll notice we've got some other friendly faces out on the track tonight, which should be fun, hopefully. Let's take a look at that Deltic. Now that Deltic is a real speedy engine, as you can see. She's only at about half speed, I think, on the controller. But she really is just flying around. Look at this. Zoom. I dread to think what would happen if I put her at full speed. I don't think it'd be pretty, would it? Right. There they go. Let's see if we can get her go past Henry again. Come on, where are you? There she is. Okay, let me dash round to the front then, and I'm going to bring these to a stop. And what I think I might do is try and put them into sidings, perhaps, if I've got time. Whoa. Shall we try that? Shall we be risky and try and put some into sidings? Yeah. Well, actually, because this is such an easy train to manage, I think I'm just going to take it off by hand. Because the sidings aren't actually empty. You might have seen Henry already, but we've got some other friendly faces in the different sidings as well, which means I'm not going to want to fill them all up with these requests too soon. And I'm just wondering where the 9F has got to, but she is still coming, so we're okay. Okay, now what to do with the Berkshire? I might try and put her into a siding, but we'll have to see how that goes. Let's put her back on the track, because I noticed the tender's not coupled anymore. Right, shall we try it? Shall we try and put her into one of these sidings? It's almost certainly not going to go well, folks, but we'll try it. So I'm gonna move this camera. I'm gonna put her into these sidings just in front of you here. So let's try it. I'm putting the camera on there so that if it does derail, at least you'll see it. So I'm reversing her up now. Hopefully you'll see her come in. Yep, she's just coming into shot. And by the way, these are, I think, called hopper wagons, if I'm right about that. And really, I think I don't know, is she designed for passenger work? I think so. I think it's more of a passenger engine, but no, she's doing freight today, and I think that's fair enough, to be honest. Right, let's change some points then. And this is going to be a bit awkward, because as you can tell, there's a lot of wires just here, and I'm sorry about all the wires, but let's try. Okay. Please, everybody, keep your fingers crossed, because, like I say, this almost certainly will end with a derailment, but I'm doing my best. Right, she's coming, I can hear her. I can hear the rumble. Oh, it doesn't sound good at all, but it's coming. Oh, she's actually done it. Can you believe that? That is unbelievable. Thank goodness for that. Right. Shut the point again, and now I'm going to put the camera back and we'll try and get this 9F with all these ocean wagons out of the way. And this is it's still scary, don't get me wrong, it's still a touch on the scary side, but it's not quite as bad because these wagons are a little bit more reliable and they've only got 4 wheels each, so there's less chance of them derailing, we'll say that. Shouldn't have said that though, because that's tempting fate somewhat, isn't it? But okay, so most of my sidings are on the, let's see here, the outside line. So I've got to get her onto the outside line. And I think what we'll do is we'll take her up into the top siding and stick her near where the windmill is, if you know where I mean, because she won't be in the way there. So let me stop her, let me switch controllers. Let's go onto the outside line. And what I'll do is I'll try and set up another camera very quickly so that you can see this happen. Once again, I don't know how this is going to go, folks, because It's a little bit risky doing this, but what I'm going to do is, hopefully, you'll see her coming in now. Yep. There she comes. Oh, you've got to appreciate the 9Fs, haven't you? Absolutely fantastic. Right. Are you seeing it there? Not quite. Let me move the camera a touch. There you go. That'll do it, won't it? You can see that. Right, I've got to stop her. Just there should be fine. Oh, I've got to do quite a bit of running about, haven't I? The trouble is, because when I'm filming, I like to put all my lights up so that it looks decent on camera. But the lights are quite big, so I've got to sort of dodge them all every time I walk across the room, which is normally not a problem, but when you're live, you feel like you've got to rush. So if I fall over and crush half of the scenic section, well, it'll be entertaining, but the mess won't be afterwards. Right, let's get her back. Oh, you know what? I'm too organised. I changed direction before I swapped the point, and then I changed direction again after I'd gone and done it. So she should be coming back. Is she there? I can hardly see, to be honest. Yep, I can see the brake van. Ah, it's all good and smooth. Look at this. Is she almost there? I think we can leave it there. Perfect. And that's nice. It means we've got a nice 9F on the layout all night, just to watch over things. Right, let me shut that pointer, then she's confirmed to be in where she needs to be. Okay, that's cool. Right, I'm just going to move this camera back to where it was. Filming the tunnel, the bridge. There we go. Right, that's cool. So, like I said, thank you ever so much for those super chats last week. I haven't been watching the chat recently, so I don't know whether we've had any more just yet. But yep, that was cool. I enjoyed running those, and it's not very often that I get to run the Berkshire. Well, I could if I wanted, but it just happens to be something I don't run too often. But now that it's on DC and I've taken the chip out, you know, that's fair enough. Right, what am I going to talk about? Okay, so I've got some photos to show you. Which sounds a bit boring, but don't worry, I'm hoping it won't take too long. On Monday, I made a video all about different food trains. I showed some curly whirlies in some different wagons. I made a big restaurant train, and I showed basically all of my food wagons. And I asked you guys to send in photos of your food trains so that I could show them on the stream, and you guys did. I've got loads of them. Now, some people sent some to me yesterday, and I've just realised I forgot to print them off. So thank you ever so much for sending those in. I've just dropped one. But I did get them, but I'm sorry that I won't be showing them. But I will, if I remember, I'll print them off and show them next week. So very quickly, we've got this one, which is a lollipop train. Sam sent this one. And again, I can't go too close to the camera, otherwise it will go out of focus. But you can see there's some lollipops there. This one I really liked. This one was from Patrick O, and he's got some wagons that I've not seen. Looks like golden syrup, an egg wagon. Didn't know Hornby made these, but they do. It's amazing how many different wagons, and food wagons especially, that Hornby made. This one's really cool. You've got some old favourites there from Niall V. You can see there's some Weetabix there, and I'm familiar with the Weetabix ones. There's some livestock wagons, so they're the burgers that haven't been killed yet, but that's pretty cool. Then we've got Mark Horner, the resident troll. I think this is Mark's, yeah. He's put some sunglasses on there, but what is it? Yeah, he's got a giant sandwich. It looks like there's a tomato or an apple and a banana behind it, so he literally made a food train. I thought that was quite funny. Right, this one is one I strongly approve of. You've got an A4, so a passenger engine pulling some different food trains, and I recognise a McVitie's van there. There's another Weetabix one, a Kit Kat. They're the old favourites, so yeah, that was Joseph. Really cool, like that one. Now, you've got another restaurant train here, just like the one I did. This one was Falcon B, and I think these must be restaurant cars, as you can see, behind what looks like a diesel engine, so that's really cool. Right, next one is one you'll all like. We've got Toby. Right, I don't know if you'll be able to tell, but is this a Hornby Toby or a Bachmann Toby? I'm going to guess it's the Hornby one, but can't tell too much. And that's got a giant pack of butter on the back. So Ewan sent that in. I think he's only young, but thanks for doing that. That's awesome. Okay, let's get through these. I've got a mainline class 37 there from Sam'sTrains. Once again, it's got some food wagons, so that's pretty cool. Again, these are some I didn't realise existed. This is Van Houten's Coco, and Clinton C has got loads of these Coco vans. Never realised they exist, but well, there's at least, 4 of them in existence, we know that. So that's cool. Now we've got one from Train Simulator, which I think is very cool. So I think it's Callum, have I put? Callum J? Can't read my own writing. You've got a Cadbury's one there. You're not going to be able to see this, but there's a Cadbury's one. Where? There. M&M one. Snickers, all kinds of different brands on there, but of course that's Train Simulator, you can make just about everything you want. This one's cool, we've got milk, all sorts of stuff, but the interesting bit is popcorn, those first 3 wagons behind Thomas. Is it Thomas? Oh no, it looks more like Edward. Have got popcorn in them, so that's cool, and that was from British Steam, so thanks for sending that in. AD Pullen sent some in, and I particularly like that Tango van. You can see that orange one there. That is the Tango van, and it's orange, and it's fantastic. There's also a Pepsi one there, so I suppose that's more of a drinks train, but that's very cool. I want to get myself one of those Tango vans, so we'll see. Right, what's this? Oh, there's all sorts on here. That one's from Tyson. All sorts of stuff on there, that's pretty good. Now this one made me laugh. Instead of oil drums or cable drums, you've got biscuit drums. You can see here these look like digestives. So that was Thomas that sent that in. And then last but not least, we've got some very interesting creative trains there from Rebel Alliance. All kinds of different food on there. So that was pretty cool. That was nice. All right, let's have a little bit of chatting time then. I'm going to take these ears off. I hope you all realise that I haven't just gone crazy. I wanted to do that. Anyway, so if anyone's got something they want to talk about, anything they want to ask me, that's absolutely fine. Let's have a little chat. Do you watch Thomas and Friends, says Jan. Me and my sister, as a bit of a joke, started watching it, and she stopped, but I carried on, and that's kind of how I got into it. So, yeah, I guess I do watch Thomas and Friends. Not every day, it's nothing like that, but, you know, if I've got a little bit of time, I might watch a bit, who knows. The brothers, guys, just joined. Yeah, thank you for everyone who's just joined. Hope you're enjoying it. Let's see. People are having their own conversations on here. What Steam loco do you think looks best with Pullman coaches? Blimey. Well, you guys let me know which steam engine do you think looks best with Pullman coaches. I've always liked the my BR Blue Tornado. I think she always looks amazing with Pullman coaches, so that's a good one. Charlie Morris, can you do an HST with Annie and Clarabelle? That would be cool. If you want me to do that, get there in the super chat, and I will do that. That's not something I've ever done before, I don't think, so that would be cool. Have you been to Canada? Says Jovi Chan Ont. I probably said that wrong. I'm sorry, but no, I've never been to Canada. It sounds good, and of course it's near. Where's it near? Is it near Toronto? I might be talking total rubbish there, but I would like to see it. I would like to go. How do you send pictures to you, Alexander Popolis? You can send them to my email address, samstrains@outlook.com. That was just a one-off, but I have got a wall of fame. You can see it back there, where I've got loads and loads of pictures. I don't know how many there are. There's hundreds, though. And just send me anything you like, as long as it's a photo that you've taken, because I can't put copyrighted stuff on there, just in case. I'm sure it'd be fine, but yeah, you can send them. Are you going to show any Snupps stuff, says D Nash, and if you don't know what Snupps is, check out my last video. But yes, later on in today's stream I'm going to show some Snupps stuff, which should be fun. The new H-Class will look good on Pullman, says SDJR7F88. That's true, that would look nice. I wonder how many it could pull. I would guess maybe 3, maybe more, I don't know. I think I've only ever run two coaches with it, so that would be cool. Charlie Morris says, how do I do the super chat? I think the super chat is only available on PC, but when you look on a PC, you'll see a little $sign. You probably need to be signed into YouTube to do that as well. But as far as I'm looking on my iPad and I haven't got the $sign. So why they're not supporting it on iPhones and tablets, I don't know. But that's the way it is, I guess. Quite a few people are asking me to run the HST. CatCool45 says, can you run the HST? So yeah, that'll be one to do, I reckon. If you want me to do it urgently, get there in the super chat and I'll do it for you. Do you like Lego? Said Bernard Schweidhorn. Well, the thing is, I always got into Duplo, which is like the slightly more rubbish large Lego. And when I was really little, I used to play with that. But then from that, I went straight to Connects, which is basically rods that you can plug together and make massive towers. And I made a tower that was about 9 meters tall, I think, taller than our house. And that was what I loved, because you could build machines and roller coasters with it. And yeah, that's what got me. So I basically skipped Lego. I went from baby to Duplo straight to Connects. And Connects was basically my childhood, I would say. What is your favourite Pacific? I sound like a broken record, because every time people say that, I say the Bullet Pacific, so I'll change it today. I will say that it's the A1. I bought a beautiful A1 this week. I can't wait to show it to you. It's one of Hornby's glossy versions, so you know how most of the engines, like old Henry there, he's in a matte livery, he doesn't shine. But this one I bought this week is glossy. It's got a beautiful shiny finish, just like they did in real life, and I've fallen in love with it. So that's Woolwinder, and Rails of Sheffield have got them on offer at £89, I think, which is a bargain because they're 130 or something like that at Hatton's. So get yourself one, they're amazing, and I will run it soon. I want to review it. So that'll be good. When does the contents end for Spencer? I suppose you mean the competition. So the competition is still open, and it's going to be closing at the end of this month, and I'll announce the results after that. So you've still got some time just yet. 14 XX coaches. Sorry, 14 XX with auto coaches looks great. Who said that? Tom Price said that. Yes, that's true. I've always loved the 14XX with the auto coaches, and I've got you an update on the 14XX, so don't let me forget about that. I'll talk to you a little bit about that. How did you get started in trains and model railways, says Zachary Bro 189. Well, I always say this, and he's probably annoyed with me for always mentioning him, but you might know TARDIS Rescue. He's here on YouTube as well. He makes some fantastic Thomas and Friends videos, and it was him. He got me into trains. We went to school together, and you know, a group of us went back to his house one day, and he had trains up on the floor. Thomas, I think it was Thomas and Henry, or I can't remember who it was, but he had a couple of Thomas engines on the ground, and just the fact that you could, you know, run little tiny trains on little tiny tracks got me like that. And it wasn't for a few years that I bought some of my own, but it was, you know, the bug I'd caught the bug. So that's it. Is Rails of Sheffield on eBay safe to buy from? Yes, it's very safe to buy from. I bought from them before. Of course, you can't guarantee that there isn't going to be a problem with a loco you buy from anywhere, but they are very good. If you've got any problems, just let them know, send them a message, and they'll have no trouble returning it for you. When will you do some more how-to vids, says Strook. Well, if there's anything you'd like me to show you how to do, I mean, I'm no expert, by the way. I get by with my locos, and I would say if there's anything I'm an expert on, it's sort of servicing and fixing engines. But I'm no expert on things like layout, building and scenery. But if there's anything you want me to do, let me know in the comments and I will do it. Anything over £150 you must be cautious of on eBay, says Jamie Crafter. Yeah, that's true, but you've got to be cautious all the time. I mean, you've got to be sure that you want to buy something, and you've got to check that it's a good product before you do. But most of the stuff that Rails of Sheffield sell is decent. Okay, so that'll do for now. I will be back on the chat later on, so if you've got any questions, save them, and we'll do another question and answer session. I'm tripping over my words, and it's only 20 past. Oh, goodness me. So, right, I wanted to talk about what we're going to do in today's show. Now, I mentioned in a previous week that I was going to try and do a live review, and I think in the back of my mind I'd planned to do that this week. And I mentioned that I pre-ordered the Hornby 14XX. Now, I don't know if you know this, but Hornby are re-releasing their old 14XX model, and I've got one and I've shown it, and in fact I reviewed it not too long ago. They're releasing it in the railroad range for a ridiculously cheap price. It's in a Great Western livery, and I think I bought it. I pre-ordered it from Rails of Sheffield for £34, which comes out at less than 40, including postage. So amazingly cheap, and I know the model's all right because I've got one already. I don't think it's got glazed windows or anything like that. But anyway, it came out a few weeks ago, and my pre-order from Rails of Sheffield, right, didn't arrive. The payment wasn't taken, and I was a little bit moody with Rails of Sheffield. I sent them an email saying, you know, I pre-ordered this model. I know that it's come out because I've seen it. It's been out for a good long while. Is there a problem with my order? And I got an email back, very nice and, you know, very good customer service as always from Rails of Sheffield. And they said, yes, we've got them, but we're sending them all back to Hornby because they've got pickup problems. Now, we didn't say what the pickup problems were, but if it's anything like the H-Class that I reviewed, then I'm not surprised at all. So, yeah, quality problems, unfortunately, and Rails of Sheffield, instead of just dispatching them anyway and selling them and saying, no, it doesn't matter, they actually sent them back to Hornby to get them repaired before they dispatched them out. So this isn't a paid promotion or anything like that, but I just think that deserves a massive well done, to be honest, for Rails of Sheffield. They care about their customers, and I know that other sellers, I won't mention any others, but I know that others have been selling them. I don't know if they've all got the same problem, but Rails said all of theirs had that problem. and they weren't willing to sell them to me. So they sent them all back to Hornby. They said they didn't know how long it would take, but I did get a notification, I think it was yesterday, to say that they were in stock and ready to dispatch, so I paid, and that should be on the way. So hopefully next week I will be able to do a live review of the new Railroad 14XX, and we'll take a look at it together, and I think it will be fantastic to discuss it. So I wanted to talk otherwise about some new locos. I've already talked about the glossy A1, and on the subject of dodgy pickups, I also bought this. This, you won't be able to see it because it's still in the box, is the S&DJR 3F from Hornby, and if you're really interested, it's R2882. And this is the S&DJR blue version. Now, I saw one of these in the flesh for the first time when one of my customers sent it in. Jake Darling has sent £5. Thank you, darling. That's very kind of you. I can't believe I've said that. So, Jake, once again, a BR Blue loco with Pullmans, but could you run Canadian Pacific with 5 Pullmans? I'll see what I can do, Jake. That will be great. Thank you. Anyway, on with the story. So a customer sent in one of these for me to service, and you might have even seen it. It might have been in the last servicing video I did. And I just thought, what a nice livery this is. What a lovely livery the S&DJR blue is. I think it's called Prussian blue, isn't it? Anyway, I thought I've got to get one. So the other week I was looking on eBay and I saw a seller. It was a model shop, I think. Can't remember the name of the model shop. Selling them for £27, but I made him an offer for £25 and I got it. Anyway, this came and it's lovely, like I said, but the first thing I noticed when I got it out of the box was one of the pickups was bent forwards in front of the wheel, not working properly. So I thought, oh, here we go, pickups again, Hornby. So I took the body off and put the pickup back behind the wheel, and that was that. I put it on the track, but it ran terribly. It stopped on just regular bits of straight. It was just cutting out and stopping, and put it on a point, forget it. So I actually took the whole thing apart and took the wheels out, which by the way have bearings on them, brass bearings, which is really nice. And I bent all the pickups out, cleaned everything, oiled everything, and it's running absolutely perfectly. So that should be good, and I'll show that in a video at some point. All right. On the subject of super cheap locos, you're not going to believe this. Now, you will have heard me talk about Lima. I ran the Lima Deltic a minute ago. And Lima, you don't hear much of. They don't produce British models anymore, as far as I know. That might not be true. But I was looking on Amazon. In fact, someone told me about this. They were selling these on Amazon. Look, it's Lima. It is Lima. And it says on the back, Hornby Italia. So, yep, they're still Lima and they're still in Italy. And this is a model. It's a model. It's an electric model with red pantographs, you can see on the top. I've not unboxed this yet because I think this might be another one to do on the stream. It weighs an absolute ton. It's got, I can't see whether it's got traction tyres or not, but it's got NEM pockets, so you can put NEM couplings on it if you want to. And it does run on HO track. It's an HO model, which is supposed to run on electricity. And it was £26, brand new. And it looks like a really good quality model. So £26, that is an absolute steal. So have a look on Amazon if you're interested. I don't know how good it is. I've not got it out yet. It might be absolute rubbish. But it looks, just by looking at it, like a really good quality model. It has got all metal wheels, it looks like. There is one traction tyre on the back. Don't know what it's like, but for £26 or whatever it is, that's amazing. So, yeah, good value. If you want something fun to play with, I'm sure this will be good. I'm going to review it one day, so if you want to wait until I've done that, you can do, but get yourself one, man. This is amazing. And there's a couple of others. There was a bigger one, which wasn't much more expensive. It looks exactly the same, but a bit longer. Don't know what it is. But this one is the Lima HL2303 Locomotore Elettrorio Serie E444FS. What a good price that is. If only Hornby could do that with their railroad range. I mean, even double the price for that in the railroad range would be good. So if you want to see me do that one, that would be fantastic. You've got Steamer, the steam train. Can we have a beaching themed era day? Oh, that'd be good. Let me know, send me an email to let me know what that would involve, and that would be fantastic. Okay, so because it's Children in Need tonight, and do feel free to check that out, well obviously check that out and donate to them. Because it's Children in Need, I thought I'd better do something sort of child friendly tonight, so that's what we're going to do. I'm going to run some Thomas engines, so everyone's going to groan probably, but no, I think it's only right that I do run some kid friendly engines tonight, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. So here's Henry. You can see we've got Henry just here. Henry, for those who don't know, is a Black 5, and he literally is Hornby's Black 5. He's green. I'm trying to think about what else I can say. and he's got some southern coaches. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get him out of these sidings and I'm going to stick him on the inside line. So he's got some shunting to do. Now, all of Henry's tender wheels dropped off today when I went to test him, which wasn't brilliant. Oops, hang on, we've got another engine moving as well. Which one is it? Yeah, like I say, all of his tender wheels dropped off, like they did when I first bought him. So I had to super glue all those back on. So I'm not too happy about that, but I am hoping he's going to run properly. So everybody, if you're feeling like it, give him a cheer, send him a nice comment on the chat, and let Henry know that we're all counting on him, please, because I think he needs his self-esteem building up a bit. Right, he's going to reverse out. Bye, Henry. See you in a minute. There he goes. He is a decent runner, I've got to give him that. Once he gets going, he's a good runner. Can't remember if I've had him stripped apart to service yet. Maybe I haven't. Whoops, back in 5 minutes it says. That's not true, don't worry. Right, he should be appearing at the front then, any minute now. With his 3 coaches. I never overload the Thomas and Friends engines because they never seem to pull that many coaches, do they, in the show? So, oops, sorry about me walking in front of the camera. I always do that. I never learn, do I? Right, let's get him onto the inside line then. Good old Henry, the Black 5. And yes, this is what I was saying earlier. It is actually the Hornby Black 5 model. The railroad version, or the early tender-driven version, which they've literally painted green, put a face on it, and called it Henry. And that's fine. I think people say that it's one of the better Hornby ones. They did the same with, who was it now? I think it was Edward, was it? And they used a D49, and Edward was never based on the D49, and people never liked that. It always made people quite cross, that did. I didn't mind, because I'm not a super Thomas and Friends fan, so I wouldn't know that it was wrong, but a lot of people don't like that. But it's not a big deal to me. Right. He's ready to come onto the inside line then. Let's bring him on. Is he going the right way? No, he's not. Come on, Henry. Right, these are quite tight points, so hopefully he'll be okay. Yep, there he goes. Okay, so I'm going to stop him just there. There we go, well done, Henry. And we'll get the next engine out then, shall we? And the next one you will have seen a second ago, but it's one we all love. Well, I do. I think everybody does, I think that's fair to say. It's Thomas, and you're not going to see him too good because he's all the way over there, but we're going to get him out and put him, of course, onto the middle line. So let's open these points again for him. Come on, Thomas, are you ready to do some running in memory of children in need? And in case you have only just come in, donate to children in need. It's a very, very good cause, and there are a lot of kids out there that could really use it. So yes, it's a good cause, go for it. And if you want to tonight, if you want to donate to children in need instead of donating to me, that's absolutely fine. And in fact, that's what I'm asking for you to do. Right, here comes Thomas. There we go. Very good. Let me just swap cameras then and put him onto the other line. Let's go back to the front. I'm sorry about this. It's a little bit dodgy, isn't it? Having to walk around to change angle. But there he is, Thomas, Annie and Clarabelle. Oh, I didn't say what he was pulling. Annie and Clarabelle and the troublesome trucks, and that's all. Right, backwards you go then, Thomas. Thomas is a really nice runner now. He wasn't, to be honest, when I first got him, but now he's running great. So, of course, we couldn't have a running session for kids without showing Thomas. So there he is. Well, we can't see him right now. And, of course, everybody's favourite, well, he is on my channel, it's old Gordon. So let's get him out. Gordon is, well, he's an A0, isn't he? He's supposed to be Gresley's prototype for the A1s and A3s and things. But he's just Gordon to me. So here he comes with some of his classic blood and custard coaches. There he goes. And in fact, we can leave him running, can't we? So there he goes. There goes Gordon. Let me shut the point just so he doesn't trip over it when he comes back. Let's get Thomas going then. Forwards, Thomas. You can't go backwards, can you? And, of course, Henry. So let's have a little session with these cheeky chappies then, shall we? There we go. So if there's any kids watching, I hope you like it. And if there are any adults watching that don't like Thomas, sorry. Sorry about that. But it's only once in a while. And, you know, if on Children in Need I don't show Thomas and Friends, then when am I going to? So I better do. Oh, Gordon's taking it steady, isn't he? Oh, Gordon's hill. As always, he's stopped. Oh no, he hasn't. He's back. But I'm going to speed him up because that was a bit pants, wasn't it? Bye-bye. I'm just going to go and do it. Just going to go and speed him up because I don't want him to stop. It must be embarrassing knowing that you've stopped on a live stream and everybody saw it. Because normally if he does it, I'll edit it out of the video. Gordon, we are live. It's live. Yeah. We can't edit that out. We can't edit it out. There we go. I bet you won't do it this time. Shall we see? Sam'sTrains said it's the oversized cow. Where? Bullman, you mean? Bullman's been busy. He's been filming his Christmas special. Oh, I've mentioned the Christmas special. Well, it's mid-November. I think that's allowed, isn't it? There's Gordon. Right, let's watch him. Let's see if he does it. Let's see if he gets up his hill this time. Gordon, we're live. Don't forget. Right. Come on, Gordon. Chop, chop. Everyone wants to see you. Blimey, he doesn't look like himself on this camera. In fact, he does. That's more like Gordon's supposed to look, isn't it? Really. Come on, Gordon. Don't let us down. Come on, come on. Oh, he's slowed down, but he's done it. Well done, Gordon. Congratulations. And there goes Thomas. Right, cool. So that was a little bit of Thomas and Friends. They're always more than happy to come and show themselves on stream. So I think I'm glad we did that. And who knows if there's enough interest, we might bring some other Thomas and Friends engines back later on. But I hadn't planned to. I thought these are the sort of three of the classic characters, aren't they? I mean, Thomas, of course. Henry's a fairly classic character. Is it Henry they're getting rid of, by the way? Henry and Edward? Oh, that's made a lot of people cross, hasn't it? I wouldn't have done that if I was in charge of Thomas and Friends. I thought that would be a very dangerous decision to make. But no, it wasn't my decision to make. More's a pity. But there they are. Look at that. Right, fantastic. Right, let's have a quick look then at some requests. Let me just double check. I'm going to have a little look at some of the super chats just to see if we've got 3 yet. Let's take a look. What am I doing? I've clicked on the wrong thing. Okay, so it's November the 17th, isn't it? So Jake Darling wants to see a BR Blue loco with Pullmans. I've not got a pen. 1 minute, I've got to get a pen. I don't know where a pen is actually. Whoops. Whoa, did you see that? I nearly tripped. I nearly went all my length on the microphone cable. Well done, microphone cable. Right, I've got to write this down because I won't remember. So Jake Darling, Tornado. Hang on. Oh no, it wasn't. It was Tornado last week, and he wants Canadian Pacific this time. Almost got it wrong with Pullmans. So the beaching request was just a random request, so we'll do that another time. But yeah, there we go. I'll do that for you later on then, Jake. We won't do it just yet then. I'll wait and see if anybody else wants to do a super chat, and then we'll do them all in one go. But there's no sense in doing just one on its own. Okay, we're going to go for a little bit of a break then. I'm going to take some of these Thomas engines off, and I'll be back in 5 minutes. Hopefully it won't be a lot more than 5, but it certainly won't be 10 or anything like that, or so I hope. So let's do that. Let's go to a little break. Lots more to come. We're going to be doing some more running. I've got some interesting things to talk about. I've got some more stuff to show, and of course I'm going to be looking at your collections that you've shared on Snupps. So if you've still got to add me on Snupps, do that now, and I'll be looking at them after this break. Oh, I feel like I'm on telly. Right, let's go for a little bit of a break then. I'll be right back very, very soon. Thanks everyone, see you in a sec. Okay folks, I'm back. Welcome back to the show. If you've only just joined, welcome. Hope you're having a nice time. We've been having a nice time. We've just been talking about some different stuff. I've been running some Thomas engines because it's Children Need tonight, so I thought I might as well do something for the kids. And we've been talking about all sorts. We've talked about engines, new purchases, new releases, all sorts to talk about, and we've been talking about food trains. So hope you're all okay. Hope you've all gone and got a cup of tea or a biscuit. I mean, get yourself something to eat. It's Friday night. If you can't on a Friday, when can you? Okay, let's see what we're going to talk about. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about Snupps Now, if you didn't see yesterday, I put a video up about Snupps. It's an app which basically lets you catalogue your trains. And in fact, rather than talk about it, let's take a look. So here we go. Here's Snupps right now. Let's have a look, shall we? Let's see who's followed me. I've got 95 followers. That's pretty crazy, actually. So let's have a little look here. Who shall we look at first? Well, Findlay. I'm going to follow him because I haven't done that already. Oh, Findlay's got some N-gauge tank engines. Let's take a look at this. So that is an N-gauge 51XX, I believe. Large Prairie. Very nice. So that's awesome. Thanks for sharing that, Findlay. That's very cool. Let's have a look. Thomas Wood Adventures. Let's have a look. Oh, he's got some wooden railway stuff, and that's appropriate. Some Thomas stuff. So that's Ryan, I think. Ryan's an N2, isn't he? And of course, looks like Thomas to me. Oh, and look, he's even got 6 wheels. That's good. Right, let's have a look. Who else is on here? I know there's loads of people who have asked me to show their stuff, but I don't have time to show a lot. But let's have a quick look. Yep, this isn't trains, so I'm gonna keep it to trains. Right, Aiden's been busy. Let's have a look at that. Oh yeah, this guy was cataloguing his coaches. So as you can see, he's got a lovely rake of what looks like 5 teak coaches. So that's pretty cool. He's got some Great Western engines. Oh, he's got one of those Bachmann Manor classes. Oh, I'm gonna wow that. I love those Manors. Have you seen mine? I think I made a review of it. If you want to check it out, I suppose. Tom, not followed Tom yet. Let's have a look. He's been busy as well. Whoa, look at these. Oh, he's gone all professional with his pictures. Let's have a look at these. I'm feeling it in the LNER spirit tonight. So we got the Cock of the North there. Oh, that's nice. Hornby Flying Scotsman tender drive, but that looks like one of the later tender driven ones, which is a lot better. Flying Scotsman, oh, with the smoke deflectors. Oh, you got to love that. And the A1 Tornado in the LNER livery, and I've not got one in the LNER livery. I'd love one, to be honest. I would love one. Let's have another look here. We've got Julius, looks like a train person. Oh, he's got all sorts. Yes, he's got HO and 00. Well, let's have a look at some HO stuff, because I'm always asked for that. So what's this? Santa Fe Classic, he says. That must be the running number. One has front light and growls when it's running. Maintenance coming up. Nice little model. So this is Julius's collection. And this is what you can do. You can sort of catalogue your collection. Oh, that's close. Doesn't run at all, with the chassis of a Riverossi and the shell with lights. Oh, well, it looks nice. Nice display piece. Right, let's do a couple more then. Who else are we going to do? Blimey, there's a lot of you. Well, Jake Darling has been very kind, so we better look at Jake's, hadn't we? And this looks interesting. Kit builds and static. Oh, I'm going to like this. It says, guys in a boat. I wonder if he made that. Just some guys in a boat, that's what he said. We've got, oh, that looks nice. It's a Ginty, which has been heavily weathered, it looks like, and it's missing all of its rods and things. Wow, that's cool. And what's this? Standard Class 4, it's a Dapol one, it says. Finished in BR Black. Wow, that's very impressive. And we've got a Dapol GWR Prairie as well, which looks nice. I've never really tried the Dapol ones, but they do look good. I've always liked them. Right, let's have a little look here. Who else have we got? Let's do one more, shall we? Who's it going to be? Let's just pick one at random who's actually got some shelves. We've got Lucas Hagman then. Let's take a look. And he has got trains. Right, he's got one. Let's have a look. The Flying Scotsman. There it is. More on 462 trains, and he's given it 5 stars. Well, I agree. It's got to be worth 5 stars. Right, let's do one more, because I don't want to gloss over this too much. I'm looking for people who have got shelves. The train controller. Let's have a look at him. Not followed him yet. Rolling stock and locomotives. Well, let's take a look at. Oh, look at these. Ah, that's a Tyco. I recognise that. Not the best. Doesn't run so well, and I'm going to fix that. Well, that's good. And he says it was from 1974. It looks good for the age then. 2016. That's a cool little switcher. He says it's not perfect, but still awesome. Bachmann one. Wow, that one's. What is that? Does anyone know what that is? Franklin. Will that be 3 rail then? I don't know. That's nice. Just making sure I've got sound. That's very nice as well. What's that? Oh, that's a Berkshire. Of course it is. It looks better than my Berkshire. Oh, and that's nice. Oh, I'd love one of those. That was a birthday gift. Blimey, who sent you that for your birthday? I need to get in touch with them. But yeah, that is. If you want me to look at some more of your Snupps stuff on another stream, I will do, because that was really good fun. So thank you all for showing me your stuff. That was fantastic. Let's have a quick look at the chat then. So if anyone wants to talk about stuff, if there's anything you want to ask, anything you want to say, get it in the chat right now, and I will say it, unless it's rude. and then Mark, my moderator, will delete it, probably. Right, let's have a look. Great Western Railway fan, thanks for that too, it really is appreciated. I don't know, was he talking to me there or someone else? Julius says, yay, say you saw mine. I did see, was it Julius? Was it you that I showed? I did show Julius, I think. Eric says, keyboard spatter. Thanks for that, Eric, that was good, that was very interesting. Dapple kits are great for filling spaces. Oh, are they not runners then? Are they just sort of static models? Nothing wrong with that actually. If you've got loads of sidings, it can be nice and cheap just to get some static models and put them in. I've seen that done and it's effective. You can't tell that they're non-runners. Hades R01 14XX with box vans and open wagons, please. Okay, we might do that one day. Get in the super chat if you want to though. Can you run the Blue King, says Nathan Roberts. Yeah, that would be nice. I ran her in the first running session, in the first stream, sorry, so I'll have to do that. Can we see your mana class, says Intercity125125. Yeah, I might be able to run that one day for you. I have done a review of it though, so if you want to see it immediately, do check that out. What's your favourite terminal station in London? Oh, I don't know. You know, it's always such a frenzy when you're there, isn't it, that you don't really get a chance to notice which one's your favourite. You just have to sort of get where you're going. I can't remember, to be honest. I can't remember any of them. Just any. They're all the same, aren't they? No, they're not. That's not true, but whatever. I'm building a TT scale desk railroad, says Gallium Gamer. Well, that's fantastic. Is that Triang then? Because I know Triang did a lot of TT stuff. I've never ever owned any of the Triang TT stuff, but that is something I would be interested in one day, so that would be good. Hi Sam, what do you think about Hornby only releasing, for example, 5 variants of Mark III coaches when I need 9 for my HST rake? That's a shame. I don't know a lot about the HSTs because they're always too expensive for me, but if they're that expensive you would expect them to cater for the whole thing in real life, but that's just me. I'm no expert. SDJR, right, best head off to work. Another great stream, Sam. Thanks mate, see you soon. Do a wooden track challenge. People have been asking me a lot about wooden trains. I have got Brio. It's in one of those, you might be able to see it. You won't see it. You see some of those blue containers right at the back there? In one of those I've got my Brio and I used to love it. It was fantastic, but that's when I was not serious with Brio, with trains. That was when I was little and I was just interested in playing with toys basically, and it was good. Let's talk about Crossrail. I don't know what that is. Are you going to Worley to see the real H-Class? No, unfortunately I'm not going to Worley, although it would be good one day, but it's a little bit out of my way unfortunately. But yeah, that would be nice. Gallium Gamer says TT is something which is only in Germany. Oh right, yeah, you certainly don't get a lot of it in the UK here, but I'm sure that Triang used to produce, alongside their main range, a smaller gauge of engines, and it was called Triang TT, I'm sure it was. Thanks Sam and Mark, see ya. See ya. Edward with LNER coaches please. Again, if you've got any requests, you have to do them through the super chat. I'm really sorry to make it like that, but as you can see in the chat, I've got loads and loads of them, and it's not fair just to take some and not do others. And yeah, it kind of sucks, but if you do it like that, you're helping me out, and then of course you get to see what you want. Harry Todd Hunter says, "Let's talk politics." No thanks, I don't think so. Not on here. LMS Productions, I love the stream, Sam. Thank you, so do I. Actually really do enjoy doing these. I'm glad to hear that it's working better today, because it really wasn't nice last time. What's the prettiest station you've ever been to, says N21744. I thought the I can't remember what it's called now. It's the station at the Nene Valley Railway, the one that they're buying and doing up. I thought that was really nice. There's one on the, I'm not very good at remembering the names of stations, as you could tell, on the South Devon Railway, the furthest station away from the main station. Where is it at? That one's beautiful because they've got all flowers and I don't know, it's beautiful. Really nice. The Ugly Duck Man has just sent in €5. Thank you so much. He says, good stream tonight. If you do more Thomas stuff, any chance of Oliver with the auto coaches later? Unfortunately, I haven't got Oliver. So if you want to send me another request, I can do it. But Oliver's not one I've got, unfortunately, which is a shame. Redshirt214 sent me a request for the LMYR 242 with three four-wheelers and the clerestory coach on the end. Oh, I'll have to do that. Okay. So Mark says, thanks for the donation. Right, I better get onto that then, hadn't I? So it's the LMYR with 3 four-wheelers and the clerestory. I suppose you mean the red clerestory one, because I've got a few. Right, well I'll show you what I've done then, because I've already put a few on. I was going to, in fact, what I'll do is, I'll take duck off. As you can see, I was going to run duck, but I won't now. And you'll be amazed to see Toby there. There he is, there's Toby. I've never, have I ever shown Toby? I don't think I've ever shown Toby before on my channel, so I'm not going to make Toby come off. He's going to have his little debut, and hopefully I'm going to review Toby. Well, in fact, I know I am, because I've filmed it. And you'll see Toby's review if you want to watch it, of course. You might not want to. I know some of you aren't Thomas fans. And I do try to keep the Thomas videos to just occasional. I try and do just a few every month. So if you're not interested in Thomas, that's fine. But yeah, I'm going to be reviewing him over December. I can't remember exactly the date. Okay, I've got to find the Class 5 then. And actually, the LMYR Class 5 is a beautiful tank engine. And thank you so much for the donation for her anyway. She'll be pleased to hear that she's that people think so much of her. So there she is. There's the engine. And this is actually in an LMS livery or so, I'm told. But of course it comes from the Lancaster and Yorkshire Railway, I think it is, the LMYR. Lancaster and Yorkshire. It's something like that, isn't it? Right. How many of the four-wheel coaches? I think he wanted 3. So I got 3 just here. In fact, I bought loads of them from one of the train fairs. They had quite a lot at one of the train fairs I went to that were cheap. And I just bought a whole load of them. And I'm glad I did, because they're nice. So is there any particular reason why you wanted to see this formation, so with the four-wheelers and the clerestory? Is there anything in real life that is like that? I don't know. Right, I'm just getting the clerestory coach, and actually one of my red clerestory coaches, and yes, I know clerestory is not a word that I can say very well. One of them has got broken couplings, so I can only really run one of them, as you saw the last time I tried to run it. Right, is that what you wanted? Is that right? Let's get it started then. And Jake wanted to see Canadian Pacific, of course, with 5 Pullman coaches, so I've done exactly that. And it stopped straight away. So that probably means I didn't put it on the track properly, doesn't it? Is it okay now? Oh. I think it's the tender's fault. Hang on. Well, it's my fault, but it's the tender that's not on properly then. Is that better? Come on, this doesn't happen, does it, when we're not on stream? Right, is that better? Everybody, if you're watching, could you just do me a favour and cross your fingers just for a second? Yeah, that did it. Thanks everyone. Perfect. Okay, and Toby, I think, I might be wrong, but I think this is his first ever run on my channel. So there he goes. Toby, if you break down, you'll be embarrassed, so don't. Alright, let's have a little running session. Thank you so much for the super chats. I do appreciate it. You're fantastic people, and you know that. So there's the beautiful Tornado in the... not Tornado. Why do I keep calling it Tornado? It's not Tornado. It's Canadian Pacific. One of my favourites. Oh, I've got to wave. Having a sneaky drink of water. There she goes. And there's Toby. You might be able to see his eyes moving, actually, in this shot. Yep. Now we might as well wait here, because the other engines are coming by. Oh, look at that. I absolutely love that LMYR tank engine. It's just one of those that I bought on a whim. I hadn't planned to buy it necessarily, and it's just, I absolutely don't regret it. Sometimes you think, oh, I shouldn't have spent all that money, but with that one, it absolutely was the right thing to do, and I'm glad about that. Great Western Railway fan says he crossed his fingers, so thanks for doing that. It helped. Nothing came off that time, so that was good. Hello Sam'sTrains, says Joe Lander Tange. Hello. Nice to have your company, as always. Oh, there's Toby. Let's get another shot of Toby, who's got some goods, by the way. What's the email for the Wall of Fame? It's samstrains@outlook.com. You should be able to see it at the bottom of every video, so feel free. I've got some Wall of Fame stuff to show anyway, so only 2 this week, but nonetheless. Thank you for sending them. Right. Dean Goods with the Excalibur Express coaches. Oh, that would be nice. I'll have to do that one day. Who said that? Ginty7109 fan. That was fantastic. Thanks for that one. I might do that in my spare time. That's a good idea, that is. I do like those Excalibur Express coaches. Like I said in the review, I think they're the nicest coaches I've got, probably. If you disagree, that's fine. Tell me which ones you think I've got that are nicer. I think the four-wheel coaches are nicer, actually, but they're not as detailed. Right, I'm going to bring Toby backwards because he's only just gone past the front, and I think we'll be waiting all day for him if he goes all the way around. So Toby has got the ultimate shame of having to reverse into the shot, and I don't know why I find it funny to have an engine reverse into the shot. I think it's just, I don't know, it just tickles me for some reason. So there he is, there's Toby. Let's bring him in so you can actually see him. Oh, we've got the Class 5 popping in. There we go. Fantastic. So, hope you like seeing those. Thank you ever so much for those super chats and donations. You are the people that are helping keeping this channel alive. So that's wonderful. Okay, let's have another little chat then. Get yourself in the comments, get yourself in the chat, and I'll talk to you. What was I going to do? Oh yeah, Wall of Fame. I'm going to make this a weekly feature, so if you've got anything you want to put up on the Wall of Fame, just email it to me at samstrains@outlook.com. If you want the email address, it's in the bottom of basically every video. So we've got GMX Gamer, who's drawn one, so you always get extra points if you draw them. It says Imaginative Hill Railway, which would be the IHR. It's an NR44 064 by GMX Gamer, and I've never heard of an 064 engine before, so that is very, very cool. Look at that. I'd love to see that in real life. So GMX Gamer, if you ever grow up to be a skilled model maker or engineer, build one and I'll buy it, I promise. GW Railfan has sent this one in, and this is one of those Hunslet, what's it called now? Is it a J94 at a guess? I don't know, I can't remember where it is. He did tell me where it was, but I think it's one that's just been restored. So that's very, very nice to see. So anyway, thanks for that. I'll put those up on the Wall of Fame. All of the pictures that I showed last week for the Wall of Fame have now gone up. You can't see them because it's all out of focus, but they are up, so that's fantastic. Right, let's have a little chat on here then, just for a few minutes. I know it's gone 6 o'clock, but we're not on TV, so we don't have to stick to schedule, but it won't be a lot longer. Gallium Gamer says, hi TT Scale. TT Scale says, hi to you too. Have you ever heard of an old 80s to 90s children's show called Shining Time Station? It's an American spin-off of the Thomas series. No, I've not heard of that, but I bet a lot of people watching have. I'm getting pizza. Who wants some? Says Todd Hunter. Oh, I would murder a pizza right now. I love pizza. I like cheese pizza and Hawaiian pizza, and that's just about it. I'm quite a fussy eater. Hi Sam, could you please add more engines on Snupps? Yes, that's something on my to-do list. I'm going to be doing that soon. What do you think of John Cameron putting Union Pacific, South Africa, and the Great... Hey? And the Great... Oh, it's gone. Okay, he's retracted his message. I don't know. We'll never know. Have you ever thought about getting Hornby Live Steam? Yes, but it's quite expensive, and I don't know if Hornby produce those at the moment. I would love to get some, but I'm not made of money. And to be honest, the electric motored ones, they're not as realistic, and they don't smoke, and you know, they're not quite as fun as live steam would be, but they are a little bit less trouble, and at least I know what I'm doing with motors, so you know, at least that's alright. My name is pronounced Heides, not Hades, so sorry about that, Heides. I'll try remember, but knowing me, I probably won't. Hey Sam, would you like to see a 14XX running, says Michael King. Yeah, do you mean on your channel? Fantastic, yeah, go for it. Hornby doesn't sell train sets in the UK, says Logan. Yeah, that's true. I heard that they can't send Thomas stuff out to the US, but I think you might be able to get worldwide shipping on their website, but don't quote me on that because I don't know. Hi Sam, can I have a shout out please, says ThomasFan2998. Yes, you can. In fact, you just got it. Paul Baxter, do a race with NEA4, so that would be a good one for another week. I get questions probably 5 times, probably daily, asking me to race my engines, and I don't like racing engines really because it's not good for them to run on high speed, but if you'd be willing to see them run at sort of 3/4 speed, I'd go that far. I might go up to 80% maybe, yeah, if you'd be willing to watch that, I might do a race one day, but it's not a fair race because whoever's on the inside line has got a massive advantage. Dalek Slayer 1, do you run your Thomas locos a lot? You can tell I do by my profile picture. Yes, I do run them quite a bit actually. If one of my friends comes over who likes Thomas, or you know, if I'm doing a video on Thomas, yes, then I'll run them. I don't run them an awful lot in my own time because personally, I'm more interested in the real things. But yeah, they do get a fair bit of running, and they certainly have some days where they're quite tired. I'll message you about the beaching day, said Steamer the Train Fan. Thank you. Okay, no problem. Sam, you should race Gordon versus Henry, please. Oh, that'd be good. Who would win then? I think it would have to be Gordon, wouldn't it? I think if Gordon lost to Henry, there would be some shots fired, to say the very least. Got any American rolling stock, says Rascona Rail Fanning. Yes. And I've actually filmed a train fair video, which is not going to go out, I don't think, until December. But I actually got some bargains. I'm just disappearing out the shot, obviously, so I can get them. And I think I bought 5 of these, but they're actually bigger than any of the others I've got. So these, I think, are refrigerated vans of some sort. 4 of them are blue like this. It says the Good Track Road, and that one is New Haven, it says. They were about £2.50 each, and there was 5 of them. And there's a smaller one with a cow on the side, which I think is for beef. And speaking of beef, he always gets nervous when I'm talking about food, but so he should. It keeps him off the tracks. So yeah, I got those, and that's my latest edition. And at the start of the stream, if you want to check back, I ran some hopper cars, which I believe are American. Yeah, I think they're American, aren't they? I could be wrong. I am wrong sometimes. Okay, Sam the Pizza Murderer. Yes, and who's the best pizza company, by the way? I always like Papa John's, and people say Domino's is good, but we had a bad experience with Domino's. We ordered a Domino's, and it came, and it was burnt. And ever since then, I've not really been a big fan. But I'm willing to try them again one day, and I think we probably will. Have you looked at the collections on Snupps yet, says the tech guy. Yes, I've looked at them already. I didn't have time to look at that many, but, you know, next week I'll do some more if that's what you want. Do you have Smoky Joe, says Paul Baxter. Blimey, that gets asked every week, doesn't it? No, I haven't got a Smoky Joe. And I should, because it's the quintessential Hornby engine. So I'll have to get a Smoky Joe, just so that people don't ask. Have you got a Ren 060 LMS 7420? No, the only Ren 060 I've got is the Southern version, and I think actually in real life it was a Southern engine. It's an R1, and there it is. And I suppose they would dress it up as a Ginty, wouldn't they, if they did it in an LMS livery? But it's not a Ginty. It's an R1, I think. I might be wrong. Let's see here. Sam, are you ever going to play a game called Comedy Night? I don't know. I think I've heard of that, but I couldn't tell you anything about it, so I'll have to look at that. I has Smoky Joe, says Michael King. Tom Rain says Sam. So Tom, I suppose. I got sick after eating Domino's, you see. Papa John's is the way to go, Papa bless. Alright. Oh, must have missed it then, said the tech guy. Yeah, well, you can. I'm going to be recording the stream, and actually I'm recording the stream in 1080p this time, so I can upload it again afterwards. For some reason, even though I'm in sync now, I hope, when the stream gets uploaded later, it's out of sync, so I'll have to delete it off YouTube and then re-upload it in sync. So that's the reason why you can't get the stream straight away, but from about 8 o'clock tonight, I would say it should be available. If it's not, bear with me, but that's what I'm going to be working on. Fingers crossed it should be out tonight. Have you got a GWR 14XX, says Tom Rain? Yes, I've got 2 of them, one Airfix, one Hornby, and I've pre-ordered another Hornby one, which has been dispatched, so it might be tomorrow, but it should be ready for next stream. Jacob Johnson, strongest locomotive. Any of these folks here, these Ren ones, these are real strong. I think maybe some of the heavy modern diesels might be stronger, but generally I'd say it's the Ren ones. Okay, dab on Henry. But Henry's gone. He's gone over there. Oh, that cracked my elbow. Did you hear that crack? I shouldn't dab. It's embarrassing for one, but it cracks my joints for some reason. Okay. Those Sam'sTrains. Now, Sam has got the same name as me, which is confusing, and he has got some big sort of, I think they're O-gauge stuff, and he's saying, by the way, Sam, those blue box cars have the GT logo, actually stands for Grand Trunk. Thanks for that. That's very interesting. Harry Todd Hunter says Smoky Joe is a Caledonian Railway 264. That's very cool. So thanks for this. No sync or lag this week. Well done. It wasn't my fault in the first place. It was the router. I'm going to blame the router. What has to happen is when I'm streaming, I'm actually streaming it out of sync, because when YouTube plays it back, it desynchronizes it. So I've had to compensate for that, which is why when you watch it back later on, it's out of sync. So I'm recording it and I'll re-upload it another time. Anyway, Thank you all very much for taking part. I thought I would give you a little bit of a heads up on what's coming up in next week's videos. I'm just going to double check the super chats and thank everybody for them, but we'll do that in a second. Okay, so next week the Southern fans will be happy, because tomorrow I'm going to be doing another Southern engine. It's one that I was a bit disappointed in to start with. It's one of the newish Hornby ones. So I'll have a bit of a rant in that video, and I'm sorry about that. Yes, I did go off on one very slightly. But I won't edit it. I'll let you see the rant. I wasn't out of it or anything, but yeah, I wasn't happy, and I think I was quite justified not to be happy, so that's okay. We're coming back to Express reviews on Monday, so look forward to that if you like the Express videos. My Express videos are just sort of short videos which are less than 10 minutes long, designed for kids or maybe people who haven't got a massive attention span, or maybe people who just don't want to watch 20 minutes of me doing this. Oh, but that's not you because you're watching this, and that's an hour of me doing this, so there you go. And then a much requested review is coming on Wednesday of an LNER engine, so see if you can guess which one that is. It's been very heavily requested, this one, and I finally have one. I finally reviewed it, and that's coming on Wednesday. So thank you very much, everybody. I'm going to just briefly thank everybody who's donated today. So Jake Darling, Steamer the Steam Train, Michael Aldred again, thank you Michael, and Jake as well has been donating more or less every week, so you guys, you're the best. Thank you very much. The Ugly Duck Man sent me €5, and he was the guy who wanted to see Oliver and the auto coaches, so I don't have Oliver. If you have another request for me to do next week, let me have it before next week and I'll do it. And of course Red Shirt 214 wanted to see the L&Y R242 with 3 4-wheelers and the Clerestory coach, which I did, so hopefully you enjoyed seeing that. I've talked for over an hour now, so my throat is getting a little bit husky, and last Saturday I had a really sore throat in the morning, so if I'm ill tomorrow and I'm not in the comments, that's probably why. But thank you all for watching. You have been wonderful. I think this has been my favourite stream yet because it's just worked. Everything's worked. So I've had fun. My engines say thank you for watching them, especially Toby. I think he's enjoyed running today. And I hope you had fun. And of course, if you did, don't forget to check back next week at 5 o'clock on Friday, where hopefully, if it's all in one piece, I'll review that 14XX when it arrives. So that should be good. Thank you all very much for watching today's stream. Hopefully you enjoyed it for a change, whereas last week it was all a bit hectic. Enjoy Children in Need. I'll probably, once I've packed everything up here, I'll go and watch some Children in Need and maybe donate. And if you want to donate to Children in Need, make sure you do, because it's a very worthy cause. So thank you all for watching. I don't want to go, but I'm going to, because my voice hurts. So I'll see you all soon, everybody. Have a lovely week, have a good weekend, and I'll see you tomorrow with another video. Alright, cheers everybody. Love you all. Well, that is the end of today's stream, but if you would like to see some more of Sam's Trains live, don't forget to pop back next Friday at the same time, 5 PM UK time. And in the meantime, if you've got anything you'd like me to do during the next stream, or if you've got any topics you'd like me to discuss, please do let me have those before next week. But for now, thank you once again for your company, and I will see you all back here very, very soon.